I'm Sue, and we've been sent the second trial from Bee Equipment, so really excited about that to get the parcel. And what they've sent this time is they sent a shiny smoker, which is outside in the truck, but I've got 4 different lots of smoker fuel, and what's really exciting is I've never used them before, so it's going to be completely new for me, which is great. So what we've got is this is a jute one, so it's Hessen, and there's no glue and there's no chemicals such that you might find in cardboard. And the way you use it is you actually light it, get it going, and then pop it in your smoker. Okay. This is cotton, so it's cotton husks, which is the second one, and you'd light it in the same sort of way. So you'd light it and put it in your smoker. And then we've got wood pellets, which is compressed wood pellets. And what you do with these ones is you get the smoker going as you would normally with newspaper and egg boxes and what have you, and then pop this in. And then finally, which I'm really excited to try, is the wood shavings here. And the wood shavings have lavender in them, so they actually smell of lavender. And they smell really nice just to smell. So it'll be really fun to see what the bees think of those. So there's no dust, but it's just going to be fun. So we'll try that out. I'm planning to get to the apiary, or some of the apiaries, tomorrow, although it's still really cold, but the wind is dropping, so I'm hopeful it's going to be warm and at least not too cold. And then because I'm a bit worried that they're going to swarm, so I need to check them. And then I've got the other ones that I need to look at later in the week. Okay.
So here I am at one of the apiaries. Now it's actually really cold, it's only about 10 degrees, but there's not much of a wind, which is the first time for quite a few days, if not about a week. But I do need to check them out because I'm looking past the camera, and I've got rape about half a mile that way and rape about half a mile that way. So you know, it's possible that they're really getting going, these colonies. And I last looked at them about 2 weeks ago, which is really a bit too long for me. So I've got the cotton that I'm going to light and get it going, and it lit quickly. So here we go. So I'll get this going and then we'll have a look in the colonies. Right, so I'm at the second apiary of the day. This one's only got 4, which I did a shook swarm on over the last couple of visits. This one I lit with the cotton, and I was never used this before. It lit really well and it's doing fine, so we'll see what the bees think of it. So they're certainly flying, and I don't know how well you can see that, but they're coming back with lots of yellow pollen, even though it's cold, so that's great. And the noise is really quite loud, so hopefully there's not a swarm about to happen, but we'll see when I open up. So the smoke, it smokes really well. It's a nice cool smoke, and a bit there, and then I will now open and we'll have a good look. They're getting a little bit grumpy, but not bad. They're not at all bothered by the smoke, which is nice. So I think the smoke's a success so far. I'm just going to get on with this hive now. Okay, so now I've got the lavender in, which actually smells really nice. This is a slightly grumpier hive than the other one, so it'll be interesting to see what they think of it. It's also getting a bit windy and cold. There we go. So I've just opened it up. It's a bit cold. We'll see what they do when I actually smoke them. So they're a little bit active, don't like to smoke that much. So I'll quickly go through and check if there's any queen cells in here. This was the second frame in, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's the queen cell there that's just about sealed, so I timed that just about right. So I'm going to have to sort them out now. So the lavender worked well, all very calm, no problems at all, and it kept going well, and a nice smoke. So, you know, I think all of them seem so good so far, particularly the lavender I like, and the cotton, but I've still got 1 more to try. Hi, so I'm back at the apiary, or this is the apiary that's mainly Langstroths, and it's a little bit more sheltered than the ones we were at yesterday. This one has rape again just over the hill, so despite the fact it being only about 10 degrees but no wind, I'm going to very quickly open up the hives just to check for swarming, because they're one of them here I've already had to control. So that's what I'm doing. But what's really exciting is I'm going to try the Hessen today. So what you do with this is you light it, hopefully, and then once it's lit, you drop it in the smoker. So I'll just get that going, and then we'll see what the bees think of it. Okay, so it's this national I'm going to open. They are flying. It's a bit cool, but they are going. I did get this going. This is the Hessen Jute. I did get it going eventually. It took a little bit of starting, but it's going well. And the smoke's okay. It does smell like smoke, if that makes sense. There's quite a strong smell of smoky smell to it. And we'll see what the bees think of that. Okay, so this is the Langstroth. It's got two. I use the brood boxes as supers, the deep ones. So it's got two going, and it's actually was bursting at the seams when I last looked. So we'll see what it's like. So they're not that happy about being opened up in this temperature. But they're not too bad. So we'll see what happens as they go. The smoke smells fine. It's not. I actually personally prefer the smell of this smoke to with the wood pellets than the jute. But we'll see what they think. But they don't seem particularly bothered by it. So we'll see what happens. So you go. So they're a bit calmer now. I'm sort of got used to it all. But I don't know if you can see on this frame that there's some. They're starting to backfill. So you can see there's larvae, but where they've hatched, they're actually starting to put some honey in there, which implies that the queen's laying rate is dropping. So they will swarm soon if I don't split them, this colony. So I've got to think about exactly what I want to do with them. Okay, so I've got the smoker going now to try the wood pellets for the next trial. So this one I'm going to use on a very large colony. So let's see what they think about it. So it's going with cardboard, and what we do is we pop them in, and I'll give it a minute to get going, to really get going, and then we'll get started and see what we find. Okay. So it always amazes me how quickly bees recover from a shook swarm. So this is about 11 days since the shook swarm, and it's pretty well drawn out the whole of an international box, except for the last two frames. But I'm actually going to put another one on because the weather's so foul coming up. I don't think I'm going to be able to come out here again for a bit, so I'll do that now. Okay, so I'm back from the hives. I've tried all the samples, all the different fuels that they sent, and I think that the wood pellets, they were probably my least favourite, although quite economical. They lasted for a long time. The reason I didn't like them is I didn't like the smell of the smoke particularly, and I didn't notice that the bees weren't particularly impressed by it either. The Hessen was similar. Once again, quite an acrid smoke I found, although I'm sure it would be fine, to use. There wasn't a problem with it as such. My favourite ones were the cotton and the lavender, and the reason I liked them, it was a really nice smoke, a cool smoke, a really pleasant smoke. It was pleasant to smell with, and the bees really weren't upset by it at all. So I even managed to find the queen in the one that was going to swarm. So it was actually quite a successful day. So all sorted, and it was fun trying them all out. Thank you.